Hey everyone, welcome. I am absolutely pumped to guide you through today's explainer because we're tackling something that impacts pretty much every single one of us, the three-step wealth trap. Let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like no matter how many hours you put in or how hard you try to do the quote-unquote right thing with your money, getting ahead feels practically impossible? We were definitely not alone. There is this hidden financial trap out there operating right under our noses that's actively keeping incredibly hardworking people totally stuck. Today, we're going to expose exactly what that trap is, much more importantly, how you can actually break free from it. Let's get right into it. 90%. That is the stark reality we're dealing with right out of the gate here. Get this. 90% of people are broke today. Honestly, here is the truly frustrating part about that. They're broke despite doing exactly what they were told to do. Drill. You work hard at your job, you try to squirrel away a portion of your paycheck, maybe you even try to invest a little bit when you can. Somehow, the needle just doesn't seem to move. You're still not getting ahead. The system you're following just isn't working the way you were promised it would. Which brings us to a really profound question. Are you playing a game you don't know you're in? It's kind of a wake-up call. The reason that 90% of people are struggling isn't because they're lazy or lack of a work ethic. No, it's for one simple reason. They are unknowingly participating in a completely flawed system. They are playing by a set of rules that were actually designed for a totally different era, completely unaware that the board has basically been tilted against them. Our goal in this explainer is to show you the actual rules of the game so you can finally stop spinning your wheels. Let's move to Section 1, the problem with saving, why traditional advice is failing you. So we've all been taught that saving money is the ultimate key to building wealth. But as we know, during periods of high inflation, our purchasing power just drops off a cliff. Think of purchasing power as the actual amount of stuff one unit of money can buy. Inflation acts like the silent thief, completely destroying the value of your cash over time. Because of this, traditional saving is actually the fastest way to lose your purchasing power. Your money is just sitting there in the bank. What it can actually do for you is shrinking every single day. This completely reframes the whole concept of inflation. You aren't just losing money, you're losing time. Really think about that for a second. How do you earn your money? You trade your precious time for it. You work hours, days, weeks of your life to earn that paycheck. When inflation eats away at the purchasing power of your savings, it isn't just evaporating numbers on a bank ledger somewhere. It is actively stealing the actual, irreplaceable time you spent working for that money. It's a harsh reality for sure. It's one we absolutely have to confront if we want to change our situation. The crucial warning here is pretty simple. If you keep doing what you've been told for the last 5 years, relying on traditional savings methods while inflation runs hot, you are going to be in the exact same spot 5 years from now. Your financial situation will remain completely stagnant or, honestly, worse. You'll actually fall behind. You literally cannot save your way to wealth when the value of the currency itself is actively eroding. We absolutely have to break this cycle. Let's dive into Section 2, from saving to systemizing, the paradigm shift. We have to clearly contrast the old model with the new one. Saving just means holding cash. It's completely passive, basically guarantees you are losing to inflation. You are essentially a sitting duck. Systemizing, on the other hand, isn't about just hoarding cash. It's about building an active wealth-building engine. It is highly strategic. It requires a complete mindset shift from passively storing your money to actively deploying it within a structured system. This is the new framework you need to escape the trap.
Which brings us to Section 3, the wealth building engine. 3 steps to break the trap.
Step 3 relies on the 80-20 rule. Now, these aren't just abstract pie-in-the-sky concepts. They are direct, actionable steps that work together to create a new, systemized approach to your finances. Let's break them down one by one. Step 1, the inflation hedge. The mandate here is super simple. Stop holding cash. Actually, scratch that. Stop holding excess cash. You must take action to protect your purchasing power by moving your funds, like your emergency fund, into high-yield instruments or assets that actively outpace the Consumer Price Index, or CPI. Your money desperately needs a shield against inflation. The high-level overview of our engine comes down to 3 steps. Step 1 is the inflation hedge. Step 2 is automating the gap. This first step ensures that your baseline safety net isn't just dissolving into thin air while you sleep.
Now, once your base is protected, Step 2 is where the real momentum starts happening. Automate the gap. What is the gap? It is the literal difference between your income, so what you earn, and your lifestyle, what you spend. That's based right there in the middle. That is the actual engine of your wealth. It's not magic, it's just math. To build wealth, you have to widen that gap. Even more importantly, you have to capture it.
The only way to successfully capture that gap is a hard truth. If you don't automate it, you will spend it. This is a psychological necessity. Human nature totally dictates that. If the money is just sitting there in our primary checking accounts, lifestyle creep will eventually consume it. We will always find a way to spend it. But by automating the transfer of that gap, routing it directly into your investments or high-yield accounts before you ever even see it, you remove willpower from the equation entirely. Automation guarantees that your wealth engine runs month after month, absolutely without fail.
This brilliantly illustrates step 3, the 80-20 rule. This is all about where you focus your limited time and energy. One of the biggest mistakes people make when they're trying to escape the wealth trap is thinking they suddenly need to become Wall Street experts. They try to master every single type of complex investment out there: crypto, individual stocks, crazy real estate syndications. It's totally overwhelming and honestly, highly inefficient.
So here's what you do instead. 80% of your energy should be dedicated entirely to increasing your primary income, getting a raise, learning a new high-value skill, or maybe starting a side hustle. That is where you have the absolute most leverage. The remaining 20% of your focus, that goes into investing, specifically into diversified low-fee index funds. This proves that maximizing what you earn is vastly more important to your overall wealth engine than trying to pick the perfect stock. Keep the investing side simple and automated, and pour your energy into your actual earning power. I want to ground this entire explainer with a really powerful reality check. This isn't get rich quick. This is get rich for sure. We definitely aren't promising overnight millions here. What this systemizing approach does is build a sturdy, reliable machine that basically guarantees your financial progress over time. It protects you from inflation, it secures that gap between your income and expenses, and it focuses your energy where it actually moves the needle. And by the way, to make this as easy as possible for you, I've actually put together a free checklist of the exact tools you can use to automate this entire process. You can find that link right down in the description. Real quick before you go, I want to leave you with an impactful question. What is the one financial habit you're trying to break this year? Seriously, whether it's leaving way too much cash in a low-interest checking account, succumbing to lifestyle creep, or trying to day trade instead of just focusing on your primary income, I want to know. Drop your answer in the comments below to start taking accountability and action today. I am reading all of them. Thank you so much for joining me in this explainer to dismantle the wealth trap. Keep systemizing, keep learning, and I will see you next time.